Hey
Hi!
guys!
Oh my God! Welcome back to Project Runway Season 21, Episode
Seven.
7. Oh my God, can you imagine, guys? We're in
Three
Episode
left.
7. Three more episodes before the finale, and this is part 1. And again, please go to my channel after this because part 2 is going to be in my channel.
And part one is on here.
Yes. So, guys, again, thank you for supporting me and Yuchen. We're very happy because our social media is actually growing.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for following us. So, if you haven't subscribe us or follow us, please click the follow and the subscribe button because it's one of those things that you can do for us to support our brand.
Yep. Okay, before I start, and just letting you know, we have a special discount. It's gonna be ending on 14th.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
guys. So you need to avail the discount.
Right. So let's dive in.
So first is, unfortunately, this is the episode where Miss Joan or my roommate left the competition. You were very emotional during that time. Can you tell the viewers what are you feeling during that time?
We are on the runway, right? It's both me and Miss Joan on there. And just like I said from last episode or on the show, I feel like I did a very bad job myself. So I do think I deserve to go home at this episode. But somehow I kind of know it's gonna be Miss Joan.
Yeah, like you have an idea.
Because here's the thing, not only they're looking at this episode, but also they have to see the previous performance.
Yeah.
So it's my first time on the bottom, and it's even my first time, like, doing something bad.
You're always on the top,
Yeah.
and you want a challenge.
So I know somehow they're gonna have to let Miss Joan go. So I was feeling very bad because I feel like it's my fault that Miss Joan have to go. But Miss Joan is such a sweet person in this whole period of time, and everyone loves her. So it's really, really emotional for me to like, see her go. So that's why I'm so crying, like, in the show.
I think, you know what? I think I would have to agree with you when it comes to I already have an idea that it's gonna be her time.
It's just like
You will
Ethan.
feel it. Like you will feel it. It's like Ethan and Angelo. You
Yeah.
know, like Angelo, was in the bottom, and then Ethan won the first challenge. So between the two of them, because the judges really very unpredictable too. You don't know what they're looking for. You don't know what they're expecting. But going back to Miss Joan, like she's a very good designer and also like a very good person. She's
the mother of us.
She's the mother of all of us. I'm just so proud to say that I've had an amazing opportunity to spend quality time with her because she's my roommate. I sleep every night with her on the other bed. We will talk a lot of things off camera. So I had the opportunity to really get to know her. And you know what, Yuchen? One of the best things that I like about Miss Joan is that she is the type of person where like she will really represent the people who think that when you're old, you don't have your time to achieve your dreams.
Right.
Like she's the type of person where age is just a number. If you have a passion, if you have something that you want to achieve, you can still do it.
Anytime.
There's no expiration date for women who want to achieve their dreams. And I think that Miss Joan represents those kind of people.
Yeah, she's just a role model,
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty funny that when she said, years old, that's so funny.
And she's a cancer survivor.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that until the show. I was like shocked.
Yeah, like but I know it, because she's my roommate. And when I was talking about that, I told Miss Joan, that you really need to tell that to everyone because it's a very inspiring story.
It's so inspiring.
That people will be inspired when you tell that story. And I'm glad that she did because see, you guys are all shocked that she told that story.
Yeah.
She's a cancer survivor. She was casted for Project Runway season 19. She's a finalist, and then unfortunately she found out that she has cancer. So they told her that you cannot compete because you need to get treatment.
Right,
Because you're like dangerous, you know, like
I
you need to
know.
get treatment. So instead of competing for season 19, she underwent this treatment, and then now she survived. She doesn't have cancer anymore. So Project Runway saved her, because if she was not casted for season 19, she will not find out that she has cancer.
What?
It's
Oh,
crazy.
so the health process.
Yeah, so it's like she found out that she has cancer because of Project Runway.
What?
It's
I know.
crazy.
Did we do the health
The medical.
do we?
I
Did
think
we?
we
don't
did
think we
not. I think we did not. But
We
during
did
their
background
time,
background
yeah,
check.
but during that time they had to do medical, because during that's
Oh,
COVID.
right.
So they were very strict about that. So that's the time that she found out that she has cancer.
Gotcha.
And thank God, answered prayer. She's now safe. She's healthy. So that's a very inspiring story.
Right. And I know when you living with Miss Jones, she's always walking so late and have something written during the middle of the night or something. You're saying
she likes taking down notes.
I know. So Miss Jones is really hardworking woman, and
Yes.
she has very amazing brain. She's just in her 20s, not even in her 60s. That's crazy. So everyone's very emotional.
Yeah, we're all gonna miss her.
Okay, guys. So top 6 right now. And 3 more challenges to the finale.
Yeah.
After Miss Jones go home, there's only 10 minutes gap between we going through this very depression mood to another challenge.
And the next challenge is
Western chic.
Western shit. Oh my god. So what were you excited when you found out that it's Western chic fashion?
Bro, I was super emotional at that point, and we had to go to the runway right away. I was you can see me on the camera. I'm depressed. I'm not even happy.
Yeah.
So when I'm going there, I see Christians riding on this horse.
The big horse, right?
Yeah.
The big white horse.
And I knew it's Western. To be honest, at first I didn't feel like nothing because I was numb at that point.
Yeah.
But to be honest, after I really think about it, I feel like it's another challenge. You know?
It's another challenge. We're not ready for another challenge.
Because both of us are Asians.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not our culture.
And also, honestly, I got really scared. I'm not gonna lie. Western is not my thing. I'm a city girl. I'm from the Philippines. So pretty much, this is something that I know I am going to mess up, because it's this is not my thing. So I got really scared. But this is Project Runway. We gotta make sure that we always deliver. So yeah, I'm what am I gonna do? I don't know what Western chic fashion is. So I think the only person that's really excited about this is Antonio. Because Antonio is very Western. He's
a cowboy.
Yeah, he's a cowboy. So basically, when you think about Western fashion, that's Antonio. So it's I know that this is Antonio's challenge.
And also Jesus and Ethan. It's also their culture.
Yeah. So this is it. So it's like a problem for Yuchen and I, because we're not very knowledgeable about this.
Right.
Fashion.
So except from the challenge itself, I have something to say.
Sure.
Remember, we still have the process of selecting models.
Yes.
It's not on the show for the whole time, but actually we always fight for models.
Okay.
So this time, let me tell you what happened. So basically, Christian is on the stage with a lot of cards with models, but he didn't notice he showed it to everybody.
Yes.
Did you saw it?
No, I did not.
Really?
I did not.
Okay, so he showed it to everybody accidentally, and I saw where Jessica is, and she is my icon, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, I was I'm gonna get Jessica.
Yeah.
So I put my hands on there after Christian said go.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Christian looked at me and said, And at that point, Jesus put his hands on Jessica as well, because he also see it. And then after he said, I put my hands back, and then I put my hands back again. Lyris was on there.
Wow.
I mean, Lyris is beautiful, but as a designer, as a task, you really have to know. But plus size is a disadvantage during this competition. So I was girl, this is my first time to do plus size, and it's not my challenge. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the story.
I'm glad you brought it up. Okay, so I'm the type of person where I work with different women,
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you're gonna agree with this or not. But I think in terms of the challenge and in terms of the competition level, I really, really believe that designers who are working with size 0 or size 2 models have an advantage compared to designers who are working with curvy models.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference because number one is I think it's easier to work with slim models rather than curvy models, because in terms of construction, you know, curvy women, they have more shape. So in terms of doing patterns, in terms of draping, there's more work compared to size 0 or size 4, where you can literally dress them anything and they will
Looks
look
good.
good, you know? So for me, if ever, let's say, Project Runway producers are listening, I think maybe next time, I think it's better where there's one challenge where all the models are plus size. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or, right?
That's gonna be fair.
And then all challenge where everyone is menswear or everyone is size 2, size 4, because it gives everybody a fair game when it comes to the design. Because I read in some of the comments where people notice that why are the bottom looks are always curvy models, right? Is it because of the design, or is it because
it's hard?
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So it's like I mean, whatever. But I'm like, I think it's just better when everyone is using the same models.
Yeah, I mean, I understand this is a competition. Everything need to be fair on this, like, you know, challenge. That's why they take off our phone and we don't have any reference at all, you know?
Yeah.
So I think this is a really good idea to, like, you know, showcase what is equal, because, you know, when it's your time to really get a challenge that doesn't fit you and then you get a model, it's your first time to do plus size, it's a double Q. I'm telling you, I was like, at that point, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Exactly.
You know, that's how I think at that point.
Yeah. But like I said, you know, like Project Runway is very, it's a show where it promotes inclusivity, diversity, which is very important. You know, like they cast trans models, they cast plus size models, curvy models, slim models, which is good. I really like that.
Good.
But I hope it's gonna be like one challenge where everyone is the same, right? Yeah.
Right. That's a good point. So the morning is coming, and we see a fun moment, which is you talking with Antonio. Maybe he's gonna be win this episode, and then you are like, "That's so funny."
I know. You know what? It's really like I don't know how sometimes the editing is really, you know, because it's the morning, I'm having my coffee, and I really want Antonio to win this challenge because he hasn't won a challenge, and I really think that this is his challenge to win because it's Western. So I said it with so much honesty when I told that, I hope, Antonio, you win this challenge. And then I drink coffee.
Okay, so but anyway, the cardigan is very funny, and I see people on 10 News social media posting that part. Seeing Veejay has an attitude, it's pretty fun. You know, they love you.
So let's talk about the choice of fabric. Okay, so out of all the designers, Yuchen and I are the designers who chose fabrics that are very, very
bold,
different from the usual Western
shit.
Yeah, like some people went to leather. And we're the only people. Yeah, we're the only people who chose differently. So tell me about your process.
Okay, so here's the thing. So remember I'm talking about the model at the beginning, because before they give us a model card, my vision is I wanted to do this, like, you know, fringe jacket with a mini skirt and with a boots. It's gonna be super cool. I want the fringes super long. Remember the collections that I brought to the first day?
Yes.
The blue one? I'm very good with fringe because I'm using fringe at my first collection all the time. So that's my initial idea. But since I got lyrics, I have to priority the fit first. Remember when we're talking about plus size, law is always talking about you have to make the fit
shape,
good, you know? So my priority changing from a beautiful clothes into fit. So I'm thinking about I'm definitely not gonna make a jacket for lyrics because it's gonna be very risky, because the jacket is gonna require a very, very different like, you know, pattern making process. So I was thinking about, girl, I have to make this, like, you know, dress, and also the dress of the fabric and the fabric of the dress need to be stretched. That's very important because you have to fit. So I was thinking
and you only have one day, you know, to make
so I have to make it, like, you know, smart.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was thinking about maybe I should use the Western glam because I love the dramatic vibe of the Western glam. Always like, it looks fun. So that's why I choose that, sequin fabric. What about you?
Same, like I chose the vinyl because I want to make like if Eugen wants a glamorous Western chic, I want a futuristic Western chic. But, unfortunately, they did not like it. I respect their opinion, their feedback, but I love it. I think it's very futuristic. It's not the usual country. It's not the usual Western. That's why I chose the vinyl.
Right. Okay. So let's go back to the studio.
Okay. And did you see when Jesus burned the leather?
No. Did you see that?
I did not see that too.
Okay. So I mean, like we said, we always very busy and focused on our own work. So I didn't even know Jesus burned his leather.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I really liked it.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
It's a good detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, unexpected, but it's beautifully unexpected.
It created a sort of like a wrinkly effect that I think is really interesting.
Yeah. So during the Christian's walkthrough, what's the tea for that part? Do you see something interesting?
Well, okay. So sometimes, like Yuchen said, when we're working, we don't really pay attention to other designers. You only pay attention to other designers during the fitting.
Yeah.
Once the model is wearing the clothes, because that's how you kind of like look at everybody else, right? So when I was like looking at everybody else, I saw Ethan's dress.
Oh, right.
Right? And when I saw Ethan's dress, I'm not saying that Ethan copied me. I didn't say that. You can even rewatch it. I didn't say Ethan copied me. But what I said is that the design is a little bit similar to the dress that I made in the boring challenge. Which is, if you cannot see it, then good for you. But sometimes I see it differently. Like if you're going to see the front panel of the dress of Ethan, the shape is like this, right? And then if you see the front panel of my skirt in the boring challenge, it's really the same shape, okay? And then the Ethan's dress has two panels on the side, but me, instead of the two panels, there's like a cutout. So when I saw that, that was the time when I realized that, oh, it's a little bit similar. That's why I talked to Jesus to kind of like tell me, it's like, do you think it's similar? And then he said, it's not. But of course, I want to speak to Ethan because I'm the type of designer where I don't really backstab people. It's like when I see things that are bothering, I would really talk to you so that I would hear your opinion. So when he said that it's not the same, he's gonna use the crisscross detailing, then I said, okay, then it's fine. So yeah, at least I was honest, at least I was able to talk to Ethan. And then when he said, it's like, okay, then we're good. Yeah.
I mean, for me, as the bestie of both of the amazing people on here, it's hard for me to judge this stuff, I love them all. But from my opinion, I didn't know this during on-site. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
So after I watched the show, I really understand both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, from Veejay's side, I do say Ethan's shape is kind of similar with yours, especially when it's not done with the lace up.
Yes.
That's where you start to thinking that's similar.
Exactly.
But I think Ethan's not doing that intentionally at all, because what Ethan's design is trying to lace up, but before he lace up, it really looks similar.
Yes.
So I don't think it's anyone's fault, in this situation, because not not he know.
Yeah.
You're not even on the same page.
Yeah, it's very different. So now, if you're gonna ask me, is it the same dress? No, it's very different because it's already finished. But during the fitting, without the lace,
before the lace
I thought it was the same. That's why I asked Ethan. So I hope that's clear. I'm not telling Ethan that he copied my dress. I'm just saying that it looks similar, but it's all good now.
Yeah, so I think it's just a time difference before and after the lace up.
Yes.
So, everything's good. I love you both. Okay?
Yeah, it's good. It's a beautiful dress. I like that dress.
Yes. Okay, so during the process, everybody is worried about me So I see you guys like talking in the lounge, worried about me. What you guys like talking about?
So we were it was the twins who brought it up. We were
Yeah.
eating, and then you didn't eat with us because you were busy working.
Right.
Yeah, you were so focused on that dress. So the twins really asked us like, what do we think about your look? And then we were like talking that like, what, like you're doing something different, you know,
Right.
like you're a streetwear designer, you don't really do a lot of evening wear, but why are you doing an evening
Evening
wear,
wear.
right? So we were like, what is he doing? And then Antonia said that because you want to show a different side of you.
Right. And also, there's a funny part.
Mhm.
So I don't know about Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, yeah.
So Christian's like, oh, she's like die or something. But
Mhm.
right now I know she's very amazing, and I heard one of her songs, which is
What song?
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah, that's very iconic.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
iconic because I'm a boy who's very futuristic, and
Yeah.
also I live in China for like previous like
Yeah.
all my life, so I just don't know
Yeah,
her.
it's like Dolly Parton, you know, like she's very popular, but
Yeah.
not everybody knows her. Not because she's not popular, but it's because her genre
culture.
is country. So it's a different culture, it's a different type of music. So yeah, but she's amazing. She's
Yeah,
iconic.
but I know her now, guys.
Mhm.
She's amazing.
So if you're watching Dolly Parton, hi.
Hi. So during the process, there's one thing happens that I've never seen before, which is Veejay is cutting all this vinyl, right? But at the same time, she's so tired and she's just stopped right there and couldn't work it. So tell me about it.
Oh my God. So I am stupid because the way I did it is I cut the vinyl one layer.
One layer.
So I did it everything by hand. It took me like almost like 8 hours cutting everything because I need a lot. Like I need the
that's a
full
lot.
front, I need the full back. I cut it every piece. And I just found out that you can actually put the vinyl multiple layers and cut them together. I didn't do that. I wish I did, because what I did is like one layer, cut, one layer, cut. And I stopped working because I couldn't feel my hands anymore. Like my hands become really sore that I'm like, every time you press this, it's so painful. And when I touch something, it will fall. I'm like, oh, what's happening in my hand? That's why that was the moment when I told myself that I need to stop or else I might cut myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. I feel like we're all in a very, very hard situation.
Yeah.
I see VG is just stopped working. I was like, and I was very worried about her.
Yeah.
And I mean, this situation happened to Ethan as well, because
Yeah.
Ethan is doing all this whole punching with all the eyelets from last episode or this episode, I think. So he's also very hurt with his hands. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of work doing all this in one day. So not only what you see on screen, but also we really working so
like
hard.
When you look at it, it seems easy, but
it's all one day challenge.
But it's really hard.
It's
like
really
we
hard.
are working nonstop. Like we're not. I mean, look at Yuchen. He didn't even take a break to join us for you know, because he's busy working. So yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is the part 1, and let's go to part 2 on Veejay's channel. I'll see you later.
Bye.